people to do really bad things.
That they do. What do they do that's good? Yes, Jaden.
They be good.
Yes. What else?
Somebody say thank you.
Yeah. What else?
And then when they see a bad guy, they put their handcuffs on them.
That's exactly right. Okay. We're looking at this picture.
And the cops see somebody, see a whole lot of bad guys. The police officer says, get the whole lot of police officers and throw them in jail.
Good job.
And they should.
Okay, looking at this picture, what do you think our book's going to be about? Our story.
Police officer.
Okay. What about what's this?
Seal.
It's a seal?
Dog.
Yes, it's a dog. So what we're reading is Officer Buckle and Gloria.
The dog.
Okay, Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone in Natville. Every time he thought of a new one, he'd thumbtack it to the same bulletin board. Safety tip 77, never stand in a swivel chair. Why would you not stand in a swivel chair?
Because you might fall.
Yes. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with students at Natville School. Nobody never listens. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterwards, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Miss Topple didn't hear him. One day, Natville Police Department bought a dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit, and Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave his safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Why do you think they were staring? Do you see what?
They stand on 2 feet.
Exactly. It says Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting in attention, and she was. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before slips and falls. The children's eyes popped.
Because he is. He's listening.
Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned, and the rest of the tips were plenty of expressions. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how fun safety tips could be. After the safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Natville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear my crash helmet." Safety tip number 7. Yes.
It was funny when the dog was upside down.
Yes. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to the bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog.
Josiah, and Skylar.
Josiah.
Cameron.
Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. That's a lot of schools, ain't it?
Yeah.
Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news stream videotaped Officer Buckle at a state college auditorium. What do you think's going to happen? Y'all know yet? Okay. when he finished the safety tip 99. Do not go swimming during electrical storms. The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again.
Oh.
That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. She looks a little worried, don't she? Do you think can you guess why?
No. She won't get sleepy.
Yes, yes.
I think it's because she thinks she's on television because she doesn't know.
Okay. The next day, the principal of Natville School phoned in the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely and then fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Natville School had the biggest incident ever. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. It went splat, sploosh, splatter. Everyone slid smack into Miss Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. It's a lot of chaos.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Maybe from the dog.
The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a star paper. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then, Officer Buckle thought of the best safety tip yet. What would be the best safety tip?
Being a police officer?
That's one you could do. What's the number one biggest safety tip? Yes.
Keep safe from slipping or sliding or bumping your head.
And safety tip number 101, always stick with your buddy.
And I got them.
Yes.
So on the phone get on there
Mm-hmm.
on the bye come and they call and please call those kids on by.
Oh Lord. So guess what kind of activity we're going to do?
And in the back Mr. Police also he go back and he shoot that and now he messed the whole lot of that
Jace.
guy.
What kind of activity do you think we're going to do that was related to Officer Buckle and Gloria? Yes, Jade. We've read the book. Yes.
The dog.
It has something to do with a dog, yes.
Are we gonna draw a picture of one of the pages?
Close, we're going to make a puppet.
What?
Yeah, we're making a puppet.
Yeah. We're making a
Of-
puppet.
We're making a puppet of Officer Buckle and Gloria.
Glory. Hey, by what time ago we remake by what time ago I went my house